Hi everyone, it's me Joe, and today I'm doing a hair extension focus. I decided to do a few videos today just on what I do with my hair extensions, so I've had so many questions, and here is a basic styling and application tutorial. Alright guys, please check out the links in the descriptions below, just for some information about where I got these ones from. For the colour I used to dye them, because these were originally burgundy, but I did use a semi-permanent dye on top of them to give them more of a similar tone to my own hair. That will be in the description below too. Alright guys, stay watching and I hope you enjoy the video. So to begin with, let's have a look at my hair. Now, I've just blow dried and done a quick straighten through my hair. I use hot irons to straighten my hair, and I do love GHD as a preference. We've had so many GHDs in my house, it's unreal. Me and my sister and my mum have had probably one of every make we've ever done, which is quite ridiculous. My hair is naturally quite wavy, it's quite curly and coarse. I do use chemical straighteners through the tops and the fringe of my hair, so this bit stays in place when I style it, but generally my hair is pretty manageable. I'm really getting into my hair being long at the moment. I haven't had it this long in quite a while, but you would need to have pretty much, I would say, the top layers, which in my case would be around here. These bits need to be below your ears, otherwise it looks a little bit jaggedy. Like, I've seen a lot of people that wear extensions with hair where the top layers are maybe up like there, and you can see like an unnatural kind of step in the hair, which I don't think looks very good. My basic thing with hair extensions is, if you want to wear them, you need to make sure you condition them and you make sure they're the best quality of hair, because I've had so many hair extensions that have shedded and become thinner, or I've had extensions that have been mega over processed to begin with, and as I use them they become harder and harder to manage. Now, my hair, I've actually had short hair for the last 4 years-ish. I've had white hair, green hair, blue hair, red hair, orange hair, purple hair, much more purple than this, like a more bluer than this, and this is the colour I always go back to. This is the first colour I went when I was about 12, and I love it. I used to use this strange orange mousse stuff you used to get in supermarkets that was this colour, but to get it this colour now, what I do is I've used a red all over my hair first, where I touch up my roots, and then I go over the red with a Colour by Directions, and that's what I kind of use as a toner. If you're familiar with whitening blonde hair, you'll know that you can't just go out with a bleached hair, because it might be a little bit yellow, it might have a little bit of orange stew in it. You need to neutralise the colours that you don't want, and that's the same principle with bright coloured hair. What I do is I apply a directions pot every now, maybe every 2 and 3 weeks, to my entire hair and extensions, and that neutralises all the red down and makes it a little bit more this kind of rhubarb, rich garnet colour, which I much prefer. Now, I've been sent these gorgeous extensions from Hair Extension Sale, and the links will be in the description below. These are the ones that are easiest to talk about and show because they're single layer extensions, they've got great clips on them, and they're fantastic colours. Now, I use 22 inch, and these are Indian Remy hair. I got them in Burgundy. Half of them I kept Burgundy and just applied my toner to, and the other half I applied my toner to, but then I did dye the ends in green. Now, the big rule I have with extensions is you have to wash them before you style them, because when you apply fresh extensions to your hair, they're very, very processed with oils and conditioning agents to make them silky and smooth, that sometimes they can be a little bit resilient and not look like natural hair. You really need to use your own conditioner, your own shampoo, and you do have to deep condition hair extensions every now and again. The most important thing though is after about 3 or 4 wears of extensions, they feel a little bit more dry throughout the ends. Now, most people say just cut the ends off, but there are tips you can do to actually restore the original silkiness. So my mum actually introduced me to a hair oil, and hair oils are very important with hair extensions because, as you obviously can guess, they're not nourished by the hair's natural oils as our own hair is. This makes the ends of the extensions more brittle, and people do recommend you cut them as you wear them, so the ends remain kind of silky and in great condition. Now, for me, I was introduced to this product called Mythic oil, which is amazing. It restores the silkiness, the texture, and it completely gets rid of dead ends. Now, I love using these with hair extensions, and I braid my extensions so that when my hair becomes curly as the day goes on, it maintains a bit of natural texture and it looks a lot more natural than keeping a dead straight hair, which won't stay for me. Okay, so let's begin the application. Now I'm going to just divide my hair into the bottom layer. So I take 2 fingers and I meet in the middle. Wrap the remaining hair around your finger and clip it up, like so. So now we have our base layers. We're going to take our widest extensions, which are the 4 clips that they do, and now we're actually going to start putting them into the hair itself. Now, I clip the outside, then the inside, and we start brushing the hair together, playing with it, getting a good feel of the texture. Now, as you can see, with my layers, the bottom still shows through, so we've got to do something about that because it looks a little bit silly. So I take a single clip, and I clip that to the perimeter like so, and as you can see, it looks a lot more convincing than leaving your natural layers showing. So I do that on both sides with single clips. Like so. So let's move on to the second layer. Now, the second layer, I generally take through the middle just above the eyes, and we pull the hair down, section the top layers off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2-3 clips on each side and I'm going to put those in. Starting from the front, moving to the back. Now as we go, you need to keep playing with your hair and getting the texture a little bit more natural so it moves with your own hair, so it gets a more kind of visible blend. So let's go to the next layer. Now I generally go from the sides with this one and I grab this bit because we want to have more of the fringe layer hidden now. So up we go and make sure there's a significant amount of hair from the back still, so that's covered, and then we clip that section up. Now I'm going to be taking our forward clip and from the sides just pop that in like so. Now we can take 2 clips on each side. And we've got to make sure that this is secure, so if it doesn't feel secure to you, you can back home your natural hair and gives it a little bit more texture and kind of knottiness, so the actual clips hold on to your own hair a lot better. So let's apply. Now you can see it's coming together a lot more. Now this is where I see most extensions kind of stop. Now you need to use enough to make your hair as voluminous all the way through, because as you can see my own hair has a lot more volume to it than the ends, and the layers are still a little bit visible, so we want to have more hair in the top now. Now this is the tricky bit, so I'm going to actually go along my parting like so. So we just want to part our hair pretty much an inch away from our own parting, which I've set into place by blow drying beforehand. We pin one side over and taking our 3 clips, in we go. Now as you can see my fringe starts to blend more as it's weighed down, and we just do that on the other side. So here is the final look, and I just started playing through with my fingers to get the volume right. Maybe we can backcomb some of our own hair at the top to give it a little bit more thickness. We could style it into a plait or a side sweep or anything like this. It is definitely a really simple basic look. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Please stay watching, subscribe and check out the links in the description. Thanks guys!